Hey guys, my name is Jörg Mold and welcome to Bits in the Eye by Coffee and Tea. So let's have a break for news from artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, blockchain, IoT, robotics, and the new world connected to smart cities, for example. Let's talk about it. Why is this channel important for you? Because I think there's a lot of channels out there who always talking about the same topic, but not in the way I talk to you in this video or in these sessions. Because I'm coming from a different point of view than most of the people outside there, and I read every day news about artificial intelligence, about blockchain and Bitcoin and everything. So I see there's a lot of misunderstanding and misleading, and I see why a lot of people do not have any clue about what we're talking about when we have these topics. So I started to coach people in that, yes, and important to know is never invest in this. Understand the technology, understand what it is, but do not invest. Find out what is changing for you in your daily life. For example, with iOS 18.2, you have access to ChatGPT by Apple directly. For example, if you hire for a job, you need there are some demands for your personality, which covers AI knowledge and something like that. So that's the thing, and how it is affecting the world and how the world is changing in that I will show you, and we will discuss news, yeah, and I will show you how you can understand that news. So I do not say this is my opinion about the news and they are talking bullshit or something like this. No, I would say I will give you an idea what in my opinion is right or wrong on that news, so you can make your own mindset up and can decide whether you believe what you read, or you can better understand what you read, or you can say I'm having a different opinion, so you free in your mindset. And I think this is the most important thing in the world today, that people start to think over what people tell them, because they know how to make own researches. Yeah, because if I read something in the news, another guy never will read the news because he doesn't know that this news exists in that way. So I will make you understand in few words in a lot of sessions what is the topic about all this digital transformation process. And March next year, I also give a book away for that. We have courses and people can learn about that if they want to get more knowledge about how I can implement this in my business or something like that. This video is an add-on or whatever, but these videos are for those people who are curious to know how the world is working today and working next year and then the next 5 years. What is the change? What already has changed? And how can I understand this world? That's why I'm here. Nothing more. And everything you do in your life is your own decision after that. I just want to make you understand what happens in this world and what does it mean. So let's start very easily. Before we start, I will say, if you drink your coffee, think about the possibility that you can also write me and say, hey Jörg, I want to talk about this topic because I've read about it. I do not understand what it is, what this means and what is in. So tell me just straight, and I will give a session here where we discuss this, because your topic is also interesting for people who do not know about that this topic is still there. And there are a lot of people I know, they want to know the same what you said and asked for. Okay, so do not hesitate to write me what you want to know. Let's start easily, because Bitcoin is over 100,000. You see it in the news. Everyone is talking about the price of 100,000, and you see a lot of people now fancy and say, yeah, we have make some graphs where you can see this curve is going up. This is a curve like that. Bitcoin can go down and drop down to 80,000, 70,000 back. It could go up more than 120,000 and something like that. So a lot of people do not understand how Bitcoin price is built, and that's what I want to make you understand, that you can see Bitcoin is more than only ask and demand. The first thing is, when Bitcoin started, it has zero value. Yeah, it was zero. Until a guy was selling a pizza for 10,000 bitcoins, and this news were all over the papers. So Bitcoin got the value because of the pizza. It's like when you buy something with fiat money, like dollar or euro, you buy an ice cream or something like that, or a soda, whatever you want. That is stabilizing the value of a dollar. Yeah? It's the same like inflation is destabilizing the value of $1. In Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin is created by countries like El Salvador, China, Japan, Turkey, Nigeria, a lot of countries all over the world where people accept Bitcoins as directly payment without exchanging. That's necessary to know. As long you do not exchange Bitcoin into fiat before you buy an item and you pay directly with Bitcoins, you create value to stabilize the price of Bitcoin. So actually, the real price of Bitcoin is between $35,000 and $40,000. That's what we got from trading in El Salvador and something like that with real world items. Yeah. So on the other side, the second thing to know is Bitcoin is limited. Bitcoin is produced by machines from so-called miner. That's the people who produce them. They have running computer systems, yeah, which called miner, which produce Bitcoins. All these miners together, it doesn't matter how many miners you got, produce in the end of that whole thing 21 million Bitcoins, and there's no more Bitcoin coming out of the system. So it's shared over 10 minutes intervals. Every 10 minutes, Bitcoin comes out of the system. So last it will have been 6.25 Bitcoins each 10 minutes. And this year in April, we had the so-called halving. From that point, only 3.125 Bitcoins leaving the machines. That's a secureness from Bitcoin to prevent inflation. The amount is going up, lesser Bitcoins coming out of the system, the higher the price of the Bitcoins will come. So what is in for that? We see that many people have waited for a price up in 2024, this year, in April. And it doesn't happen because when in the time from 4 years, we share and sell and buy Bitcoins on exchanges. So the exchanges usually buy Bitcoins from the producer and also hold the Bitcoins people sell to sell them again. It's normal marketing, what you know, it's stock market, what you know with shares. It's just the same. Now, a lot of people start to hold Bitcoins and do not sell again because they say, okay, we have a volatility, but the volatility was all over the time there and now it's 100,000. So if you say I had Bitcoins bought at 50,000 and it fell back to 30,000 and you sold your Bitcoins because you believe that Bitcoin is going to zero, you have been stupid, right? So, and you said, I didn't know. In the time from 70,000 to 60,000, 50,000, for example, you sell your Bitcoins again and you say, I was stupid, I do not know. It was all in the time of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was slowly going up. Also, the trade's going up. So we have a gas period. Here's the minimum $35,000 over $40,000. So Bitcoin can't drop there because we have created value by trading goods. Yeah, this is here the speculation and the halving. So what we see is it's actually here around 80,000. And the other 20,000 is the belief that Trump is going to do what he said, that he will take away Gensler, who is a Bitcoin fighter in the US, and it's the highest chief operator in the SEC for topics like that. So he named a new one, and this person is a Bitcoin friend. So people say, okay, that's a good step if this guy is coming. But if this guy is coming or not is a question of belief now. So the price is going up a little bit. But if Trump is going to make all the things happen he promised in Bitcoin world, and if he only does 5% of what he promised, the Bitcoin price will increase to 150 $100,000 and maybe in the end of 2025 up to 180,000. We will see what happens. Yeah. So now you know how the price from Bitcoin is built. So now you know and understand why Bitcoin can't go zero, but you can also imagine that Bitcoin can jump between $70,000 and $120,000. Yeah, because if Trump is not fulfilling his announcement, people are disappointed, selling their Bitcoins to the market, and the price will go down from 100,000 to 70,000. But because of future contracts, because of ETFs in Bitcoin, it will never go underneath $30,000, $35,000, right? So whatever it takes, a halving is coming 2028 again. So you can expect that price is moving up. So you just have to wait, and the volatility is going away. And if you bought at 100,000 and the price is at 70,000, you just have to wait. You can be sure that the price is going higher than 120,000 in the next years. Yeah, that's what you should to know. Another point is, how can we make precise price predictions? So many people say, why not using artificial intelligence? And there we go with artificial intelligence. I told you how the market in Bitcoin is working and that we have also a system of trust and belief and something like that. Artificial intelligence is nothing more than an IT system. It's nothing more than code, okay? So to get this logic that the machine is telling you what's the next price, it needs informations. The most advantage of these machines which running AI for price prediction is we have different stock markets. We have a lot of people who are selling Bitcoins the whole day on markets, on private markets and wherever, Forex trading, whatever you think. A broker can watch this, yeah, but a machine can see market movements all over the world at the same time. And then it can say, I analyze what happens in the world at that time, at that second. We need a summary. We have to watch the markets. We have thousands of people who watch the markets, and then they make a summary out of that. And you see the news coming up in your ticker, but the ticker is, I would say, 10 minutes behind the reality. What we can do with artificial intelligence is, you talk to the machine and you want to know if it is good to sell Bitcoins now or not. So you say to the machine, so if you think that the price prediction is the way that the price is going down, I will buy some Bitcoins and wait. So if your prediction is like that, the price is dropping, I will sell some Bitcoins, okay? And then the machine is doing that and it is explaining you why it comes to this conclusion, and it can say every 3 seconds if the prediction the machine made is right or not until you have finished all of that. So you can act immediately without hesitate. So it will become a more precise prediction than a human can do. Actually, it is not that way. You can see videos where they compare different share options, yeah, traded by brokers and traded by machines. The point is, markets are a psychological thing. So, and machines do not understand psychological movements from people, as you have seen with a group who is saying, okay, let's go at Robinhood and buy GameStop shares and push that up. No one was expecting that. Even a machine could not expect that. But if a machine learns where they have to listen, what people will do in the future, and then they can say, oh, there are 1,000 people on Facebook who talk about supporting GameStop. It will know that, and it can work with that. So the machines actually learn what the psychological impact is on the price, not only the measurements we have created. Also, the machine can't create a new idea in that. It can only say, okay, these are the informations of the world which people gave me, and now I can see in the data the people gave me and make a prediction and a conclusion out of that. But I can do it in milliseconds, not in a minute, not in 2 minutes. I can do it immediately, and if something is changing, I can do it right on time. So I say to you, in the end of 2025, in the beginning of 2026, we will see price predictions on stock markets, on everything you can imagine, including Bitcoin and coins. Machines will make more precisely predictions than a human guy will ever do. And this is normal because I can't see if there is a developer in Japan just working on an evolution of the Bitcoin network, right? I can't see that. So I never have seen people working on ChatGPT. Even if they announce that in some special magazines, yeah, where they talk about artificial intelligence, for example, I never have seen that. But the machine is just looking for all these announcements and everything what is in there and can compare and compile all of that information in seconds. Where humans need a lot of sources, trusted people who tell them something, because people always tell that something happens and you do not know if it happened or not. So AI is a very, very helpful and powerful tool in future to make price predictions better than humans. Yeah, that doesn't mean that nothing can crash by an accident which you can't see. But it's like the weather models we see on the television. In the former 80s, you can say they said tomorrow the sun will shine and you got snow, right? Today, if they say the weather tomorrow is like that, it's near 100%. So also, this is an example how the world in price prediction via AI is changing actually. And a lot of people work on the training of the machines that they can see from the data of the past, how the markets are moved by news which have a psychological effect to the people, and then the people act by selling and buying. So we will see likely a very, very good world coming out there, which also help us to find our way. You hopefully understand now how Bitcoin price has been built, that the price of Bitcoin is also a tribute to independency, and there no bank in there. This is also why Bitcoin never will go to a value of 0, because this is the intrinsic value of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, because it's Bitcoin, is not the trust in Bitcoin. It's the trust and the proof that Bitcoin can't be confiscated by anyone. That's the ground layer. Then we talk about the pizza and all that stuff. So Bitcoin can never go 0. So if you have understand a little bit what I say to you, you can look up in the internet. You will see that I'm right, because I'm in the topic since the very beginning of Bitcoin. You can prove that for yourself, and I hope you had a little more insights for you. And tomorrow or in the next days with the next video, I will like to explain you a little bit more about artificial intelligence and why not robots kill the world, and why artificial intelligence is not intelligence, and I call it more artificial logic. Yeah. So if you like that video, like and share and invite people to watch it. And I wish you a good day, a good coffee or tea. See you.